College basketball is coming down the home stretch, and we got to talk about the Mountain West.
March Madness is just around the corner, so we're back on the big mountain to break it down for you.
Hey, it's great to have you here on the mountain. I am JY, and this is my good friend Steve. Steve, we are going to do our second basketball episode. Got to go over the Mountain West again. Still making headlines. Got some really solid teams out here. Bring people up to speed on where we're at. We're only a few weeks out now from good old March Madness, but a lot of games still to be had. Got a tight group here at the top of the Mountain West, so let's focus on them. Sitting at the top, Utah State, currently sitting at 11-4, 23-5 overall. Fantastic. Ranked 22nd in the nation. Also sitting at 11-4 in the conference, Boise State. They're at 20-8 overall. Then in third, we've got San Diego State. The Aztecs making some noise, sitting 11-5 in the conference, 22-7 overall. They are the number 20 team in the nation. So we got two ranked teams right now in the Mountain West. And then Nevada making some serious noise here recently, 10-5 in the conference, 23-6 overall. Right there with Utah State in terms of overall rank. Win-loss record. So let's break down these top four. Then I want to get into a couple teams we talked about before that you didn't hear me talk about. Rams and Lobos.
I think we jinxed the Lobos.
I think we must have jinxed the Lobos. They're not done yet, though. They're not done yet, but they're struggling a bit here in February. So let's talk about Utah State. 4-3 in February. Winner of 3 of their last 4. They've got 3 games remaining in the Mountain West. We'll see what happens with them. Again, they're sitting in first or tied for first, ranked in the nation. Wishing them the best. Little bit up and down here in February, but definitely one of the best teams in the Mountain West. Let's talk about Boise State, 5-2 in February. Winners of their last 4, riding a nice hot streak right now. But they have 3 huge games to end the season. New Mexico, Nevada, and San Diego State. Not an easy schedule for the Broncos here to end the season. Then we'll get to the Aztecs, 5-3 in February with losses to San Diego State, Nevada, and Utah State. Ain't nothing wrong with that. They only have 2 games left, and they have Boise here to end the season, as I mentioned. That'll be the season ender for both the Aztecs and the Broncos. Could be a big game depending on how things end up here in the next couple weeks. Then Nevada, the team making the biggest splash since our last update. They're at 7-1 right now in February. 7-1. They beat Utah State. They beat Colorado State. They beat San Diego State. Only loss was to the Aztecs by 1 point. They are on fire. On fire, the Wolfpack. Last 3 games, Fresno, Boise, and UNLV. I mean, my goodness, 7-1. If they win those 3, they could end the season 10-1.
Sets up nice.
And they will be ranked. Yes. No doubt about it. So let's talk about the 2 teams that maybe have struggled a little bit. One mightily from our last update. The Lobos, New Mexico, going 3-3 so far in February. Their most recent loss coming in the pit versus Air Force. Nothing against the Falcons. I mean, I'm wearing their shirt right now, but they're not a great team.
No, if you're trying to make the tournament, you can't lose the Air Force.
You can't at home. Yeah. I mean, you can't do that, and they did it. And then CSU, the Rams, 4-4 in February. Again, a 500 record here isn't going to propel you into the upper echelon of the Mountain West and into potentially the tournament. So, they had a great start to the month, but they've now lost 3 games. So they got to get things back on track to end their season, or it could be pretty disappointing for both of these teams. The Lobos and the Rams just could end. I mean, things were so high for the Lobos there for a while, riding really high, ranked continuously. And starting to fall apart. Hopefully they can get their game back together. I'm going to give 3, expectations.
Before you do that,
before I do,
yes,
quick? Absolutely.
Okay. I saw a couple San Diego State games, including that one with Nevada. I didn't end up seeing the end of the game, unfortunately. Okay. But I'm really impressed. Both the games that I saw, San Diego State, I really could see them making some noise in the tournament. I want to see some more Nevada because obviously they're playing well. I feel terrible that we jinxed the Lobos. Yeah. I was talking smack about them all football season. Right. That we give them some love in basketball season, and that was just what they needed to fall on their face. So hopefully they can bring it back around. But to me, and that was one of the teams that I kind of latched on in the last episode was San Diego State.
Yeah.
really exciting, really solid basketball team. Obviously, maybe they're not quite as hot as Nevada right now.
Right.
But I would love to see San Diego State in this tournament, get into this tournament.
Yeah, and so here's where I'm at here. I'm going to make 3 predictions right now, Steve. I'm going to make 3 predictions. I am going to say Utah State wins the regular season title in the Mountain West. I just think they're too strong of a team. San Diego State, they could give them a run, but I like Utah State. I like the Aggies here to win the regular season crown. And I have 3 ranked teams by the end of the regular season. Utah State and San Diego State stays ranked. And I'm going to say Nevada becomes ranked. I mentioned that earlier. I think those are your 3 ranked teams in the Mountain West, top 25 in the nation by the end of the regular seasons here. And then the last thing I'm going to say is I am getting the Mountain West 6 teams into the dance.
Wow.
We're taking 6 teams into the dance. I hope I'm right. 5 would be good, but I'm going 6. Let's take 6 teams to the dance, Steve. What do you think?
Yeah, well, first of all, those first 3 teams that you mentioned, love them. I think you're spot on. I'd love to see all 3 ranked. Love to see all 3 in the tournament. I'm going to say JY being a little bit of a homer with his 6 picks.
I think the Lobos are going to turn it around. They're going to eke it. They're going to eke in, and I think the Rams are going to eke in too.
Oh,
I think we're going to get 6.
I don't know about the Lobos.
Okay.
We'll see, but. Maybe this episode is just what they need to get themselves turned around.
Let's go.
But, we've seen the Big Ten, ACC, SEC get 6 or 7 teams in before. That's a hard thing to do. So I'm actually going to go with 4.
That's a low ball.
I know. I think those 3 teams get in, and then I think there'll be one other one. So we'll see. It probably will end up as 5, one right in between us. So,
which I'd be totally fine with 5. I went a little heavy on 6, but I wanted to make it fun. So, but at 4, I'd be disappointed. Yeah. With the teams that we have here, and I know we got a couple strugglers right now. If they can finish strong, I still think we can get 6 in, but at the very minimum, we got to get 5.
So let me ask you this. After those 3, who do you think is the next most likely team to make it?
Boise.
Okay. That's where I'm going with.
Boise's number 4.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to say the Lobos have enough to get in. I think they have enough. I'm staying with them.
I hope so.
They've struggled here, but I think they're deserving. They're a fun team to watch. Fast. I've watched a few of their games. They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Not when they're losing. Anyway, hey, thank you guys for watching. We had to do another basketball episode. We'll probably do one more, pre-tourney. We got to talk about these teams again. We're too good here. Too good basketball in the Mountain West not to do episodes on this. So we'll probably do one more basketball episode. Make sure you like to give this one a like. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you like our content. We do everything Mountain West and Big Ten. We're usually football, but I am a cheerleader for the Mountain West, and when good things are happening, I'm going to make sure we do it. We're also going to start live episodes here in about 2 weeks, and we're, again, focused on the Mountain West and Big Ten. We'll talk about anything, probably football, but I might throw some basketball in there. We'll see. I don't know. The last thing I want to do here, Steve, and I should have done it to begin with. I didn't write myself a note, but we had 3 unfortunate losses in a car accident for the Wyoming really swimming sad. And diving team. I don't have the names of the students here, but just awful. You hate to see that kind of stuff. I'm going to end us out here on just a moment of silence for the Wyoming Cowboys swimming and diving team, the loss that they had. They have a great program up there. I wish that team the best and healing, and our thoughts and prayers are with that team and, of course, the families of these 3 students. So with that, we'll leave you guys with a moment of silence.
Love you, IO.